What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Matt here, and this is Nabs Fight Media coming at you with another video. Today we're going to be talking about Gennady Golovkin, Triple G, and Canelo Alvarez stepping into the ring in September of 2022. At 160 pounds, Canelo will be coming down a few weight classes, and they're gonna be settling this once and for all. Obviously, we kind of have a peak Canelo and a over the hill Triple G. So we do, the sports books are gonna have it with Canelo as a big, heavy favorite. So whether or not you're like Ryan Garcia and you think Triple G will be able to pull a rabbit out of the hat and have the performance of a lifetime, that depends on you. But most people like me think Canelo wins this fight. I give it like 60-40 for Canelo, just because he's been getting bigger, he's getting stronger, but the cardio issue, which we saw against Bivol, he kind of slows down. His work rate isn't as good in the later rounds in that particular fight. Obviously, it could be different. I don't know what his training regimen or how it adjusts, what changes they're gonna make. So we'll see. Hopefully, we see a better Canelo and a youthful Triple G to make for a great fight. There's a lot of people saying this fight's bigger. I think Eddie Hearn, did Eddie Hearn say it? I think Eddie Hearn said that Canelo and Triple G is a bigger fight than Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, which is the craziest thing I've ever heard. Boxing fans have been waiting at least 4 to 5 years for Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford to take place. All of these guys have wanted to fight top welterweights, and no one was fighting them. Now we have the opportunity to see these two guys get in the ring together, and it's literally the perfect time. I'd say Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence is just the fight to make. Everybody wants to see that fight. Is it the same as Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather in terms of worldwide icons that will force people from all over the world to tune into and buy the pay-per-view? Probably not. But it's going to make boxing fans go crazy, that's for sure. No one's going to want to miss this fight. It's a stylistic matchup where either fighter can really pull it off. Obviously, you guys know I'm backing Errol Spence. It's just something I see. I know it's probably against the grain. I feel like everybody, Tim Bradley, I'm pretty sure like most of all these analysts have Terrence Crawford beating Errol Spence and stopping him. It's actually shocking to me, but it's like I'm not going to change my opinion just because I hear a lot of analysis. Like, I'm just saying what I see with my own two eyes. Everybody's saying, Terrence Crawford stopped Sean Porter, Errol Spence didn't. But like, you have to also take into consideration, like, a lot of these guys, well, specifically Sean Porter and Kell Brook fought Terrence Crawford after they were already beaten by who? Errol Spence. Are these guys the same fighters afterwards? That's something you don't know. So that's something to take into consideration. That's why I have Errol Spence winning this fight. I think Errol's work rate is just going to be crazy. I think he's the more disciplined and technical and fundamentally sound fighter. And I think Terrence Crawford, he has a lot of tricks in his bag, but I think in order to take those tricks out of his bag, he's going to open himself up for something. And I think that Errol Spence, being the big puncher that he is, will capitalize on it, get on the inside, where we see Terrence Crawford get hurt. Whether or not Terrence Crawford switches stances as well, we'll see. I don't expect it to be an issue for Earl, being a southpaw, and he knows how the southpaw stance works, and he fights orthodox fighters like literally all the time. So I don't see it being a big problem for Earl. He can box on the inside, box on the outside, whatever Terrence wants. I'm not saying that Terrence isn't dangerous either. Like, you've seen him throw his left hand right down the middle. It's a dangerous punch, and if Earl gets hit with that, we don't know what could happen. I don't think we've ever seen Errol Spence hurt. We've seen, there's things about Tim Bradley saying, interviews of Tim Bradley saying, Terrence, he never talks about Terrence getting hurt, but he always brings up Errol Spence getting hurt and getting buzzed. Like, bro, we've never seen Errol Spence hit the canvas. We've seen Terrence Crawford hit the canvas, and we've seen him lose his legs. We have seen Errol Spence get hurt, but I think I've seen him more hurt against Ocampo, maybe Kell Brook, and more than the Ugas fight. The Ugas fight was just like he stopped paying attention, he got hit, and then fell into the road. Like, I don't think it's gonna happen. But obviously, Terrence is like right there with him. Like, I think this is like a what? If it's not really a 50-50 fight to me. I think it's more 55-45 for Earl Spence. I even see Earl stopping him just because I've seen Terrence like hurt. I've seen him hurt, lose his legs, fall to the canvas against Mean Machine. Gamboa hurt him. I know he stopped him. It doesn't matter when you stop the guy, but still something to take into consideration. I just think that this is a much bigger fight than Canelo and Triple G, just because Triple G is like far out of his prime. Maybe if it was a trilogy fight that happened right after, like following the second one, or just 2 years after, so I give it to you. But it's been a while, man. Like, people don't really care as much as they would have years back, but it's still a fight that people are going to tune in to see what happens. Just because of the storyline, there's a lot of things like Canelo saying Triple G is a blank hole. So it's just there's been trash talk. So they're building some animosity so that they can get more eyeballs, and we'll see how it benefits or hurts the pay-per-view sales and the money that they make. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. That's all I wanted to cover for this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. All my @s are at NavsFightMedia, so check them all out, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.